Drake played an ugly game by his standards. What's that look like? Glad you asked. 294. Touchdown, interception. It was ugly.
He had 2 touchdowns, just like.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, just like Caleb had 4.
He did have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
but
one to the other team.
One to the Bengals. It was ugly. I told you it was ugly.
Hilarious. I want to point out a problem with even random statements like that when we don't really tell the whole story here about a Drake Maye. It's a little different when you're when you're a lot more of an established quarterback, when the opinions are pretty solidified, Mahomes, Josh Allen, etc., etc. But when people are still trying to figure out who is Drake Maye, how great is he? They even say, oh, it wasn't a great game by Drake Maye, by his standards, blah, 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 blah. Except for this. You have a throw like this, which is just so elite, so special. I don't care what team you're going up against. I don't care what defense you're going up against. It is just an absolute thing of beauty. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You can just look at it from every single angle. Oh, it's just these types of plays get lost in a box score or a pick six. I mean, just look at this. Look at this throw where it has to be. It's insane. This is what people mean when they actually talk about, like, are you an elite thrower? Are you a great passer? Right? It's not just, can you throw the ball really far? Are you accurate? Whatever the heck that word means in any given context, we seem to use accuracy in all different ways. I mean, just such an absurdly amazing throw. And it's why you can't just look at the box score. You just can't look at the box score. And again, if this is like, say, a more established quarterback of Mahomes, Josh Allen, then like those types of comments make more sense. I mean, again, I know it's all supposed to be fun and jokes, and I got that, and I get that. I really, really do. But it's just, my fear is that when you were talking about a quarterback that people are being introduced to, they're trying to figure out, how good is this quarterback? Who is he? And people rush to make conclusions. It's like, you got to highlight that stuff too. Yeah, he had a terrible pick six. Absolutely. Lots of quarterbacks do. Every single quarterback in the history of the world has. Not every quarterback's making those types of throws. And I just wanted to highlight that and emphasize that, because to me, that's such a perfect example of why you can't just look at the box score. And Drake Maye did that, proved that point as well against the New York Jets. When he played the Jets, when you're just like, when you see some of the plays that he made, you're just like, oh my goodness, what am I witnessing right now? And it's why when people had the audacity to tell me that Caleb Williams is playing better than Jane Daniels or something, and they want to use like stats or something in it, it's like, no, that's not how this works. You gotta look and see what the quarterback is doing, the throws that he's making, the plays that he's making. You got to actually watch it and see it. And it's why, last year I kept saying Jaden Daniels is different. He's great. He's special. He's already elite. It wasn't just, oh, well, he's thrown for 3,800 yards and rushed for 900. Like, nothing to do with that. Those are all great, and I will use those numbers. I will use those stats. But, like, stats are incredibly misleading. And a throw like I just showed you, it does not show up in the box score. Not even close. Not even a semblance of it. Even in the best case scenario, that throw is for a touchdown, right? And it still doesn't really show it. It would be like, oh yeah, he threw a touchdown pass. And it's like, no, you don't understand. That wasn't just a touchdown pass. That was a touchdown pass. Like, it's just doesn't show the full story there. And so I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about the conversations that they had around Drake Maye and this Patriots team, and did they play like the number 1 seed or whatever? And I already unpacked that conversation, had that whole conversation, and so I posted a video, whatever, moved on with my life, and then I was just thinking about it more and more and more, and then seeing the video of the throw, from all the different angles and being able to marinate in it for a second, I was just like, man, that really was just such a that was just such a thing of beauty. And yet, like, Shador Sanders' throw gets more gets talked about more. And I'm just kind of just thinking about all of this type of stuff, and then thinking back about the conversation about the Patriots and Drake Maye, and then like even making a joke about Drake, like, well, he did have 2 touchdown passes, one was just to the other team. And it's just like, you're undercutting actually like how special Drake Maye has been with that. Again, when you have a built up reputation, and that's why I keep referencing like a Mahomes, it just makes more sense because it's on a foundation of greatness. It's on a foundation of an all-time great quarterback, right? It makes sense. Drake Maye doesn't have that at all. It's his foundation is being built, and it's being built with throws like that. It's being built with throws like that and plays like that. And so I just think it's worth it to highlight this and emphasize this and just show a textbook singular example of how you can't just look at the box score. You can't just evaluate a young quarterback based on his completion percentage, passer rating, passing yards, touchdown to intercept rate. You can't just do that. And just the power of a narrative, the power of how conversations get constructed, how you can just be like, yeah, Drake Maye didn't have his best game. It wasn't really that good, or blah 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 blah. And it's just like, yeah, technically that can be true, but like, you also still saw brilliance. You still you still like you can't say, it wasn't this great game, like, because he's had technically better box scores than this, and you'll say, oh, that was a better game, but it was like in that game he maybe didn't have to, or just didn't make those types of plays. So it's like, okay, so was it really a better game? Like, I don't know. So I just wanted to highlight that because Drake Maye is special. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Drake Maye and the New England Patriots performance against the Bengals, and just Drake Maye's performance and everything that I was just talking about in terms of the box score, quality of play, actually watching them play, and not just reaching the conclusion based off of what the final numbers say? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.